All right. Okay. Hey, everybody. A little bit later start than I would have expected, but hey, it's done. Um, hey, my name is Bear. I'm barely watercoloring. That hasn't changed. Um, and today, space, the final frontier. Um, I'm going to be going back to space, not in reality, maybe in my mind. I want to do something a little like, I don't want to do something mindless. Um, but I also didn't pre-plan, the usual. And kind of last minute, I had a thought of something I wanted to do, and I just hadn't spent the time or the thought to prepare for. Hi, Goddess, welcome in. Um, I'm going to do nebulas, but I'm going to do it slightly different. Nothing ridiculous or crazy. My thought is I'm going to use my giant block of paper, this 15 by 20. Uh, and what I'd like to do, I'll go ahead and open it. This giant. Yeah. Okay, it's a lot of paper. It's a lot to work with. Um, my thought is I'm going to go through and use some of the thinner tape, the thinner masking tape here, and I'm going to cordon off certain areas. Uh, I was going to do square type stuff, um, but I'm going to try to do some like wacky angles and shapes and whatnot, and I'm going to fill those shapes with different kinds of nebula. But I'm also going to try at the same time to be a little bit lighter touched with it, because I have a really bad habit of using way too much pigment, and it gets really dark, especially when I start touching it up with indigo. I go a little bit nuts. Um, so I'm trying to be a little bit restrained with it. But I want to do lighter colored nebula. Sometimes they look better when they're not blasting off in outer space totally black, right? So that's what my plan is for the day. Oh, Goddess, what'd you say? Oh, excuse me. I have to ask, there was a TNG drinking game going around when it was in original run. Did you ever play it? A TNG drinking game? No. I don't know anything about it. Even like alcohol, like a drinking game, like, so and so is happening. Oh, take a shot. Like that kind of thing. I'm curious. I imagine so. Like every time Data, uses a contraction and he shouldn't take a shot. That kind of thing. No, I didn't know it was a thing. Were there any particular, that you know of? Any particular like when so and so happens, take a shot? Do you know? Is it like any well-known ones? I'm kind of curious. Wow, that looks so wavy. Oh, you know what? I think it's because of um, the brightness of the paper. And I think it's the same problem when I've got like the light box on with nothing covering it up. It's so bright that it makes the focus go wonky. Yeah, see when I put my hand in there and take it away, it like adds and removes a window blind effect. It's this camera. I think it's not perfect. It's better than what I had in the past, but it will work. Once I start putting color on the paper, all of that will go away. So I think that'll be fine. It's not. It's because of it does the same thing if I um turn the light box on here with nothing on it. It does the same kind of thing. It doesn't handle, I don't remember what it is, white balance or exposure. Something doesn't work quite right. Yeah, it's really wonky. Um, like whenever Riker walks with his head forward first, take a drink. Whenever Picard said engage, oh god, you'd be way drunk. Whenever Troy stated something incredibly obvious and the rest acted like it was a revelation. She did that a lot, didn't she? Ugh. And she also went really like teary-eyed crybaby whenever some emotional thing was happening. It's like, okay, we get it, you're empathic. I love you, honey, but no. Oh, coffee. Caffeinated nectar of the gods. It could also be how much light I've got going on. I've got way more light than normal. Maybe turn off some. I did a little bit. Wow, that's funny. When I turn it off and on, it does like a ooh, ooh, window blinds. Ooh. All right, well, it's off right now. I can still see. Oh, when I take my hand away, it's even worse. That's fine. I'll just put the light back on. We'll be okay once I start getting some color down on here. I think it'll go nuts. I think it'll be fine. Gotcha drove me crazy. I was so glad when Voyager had so many awesome women. Yeah, right. Like there weren't very many powerful women in TNG. Like maybe Tasha Yar, but they over womanized her a couple times too. You know, the whole rape gang thing on her home planet was just. I mean, come on now. That's the opposite direction, but I like when they have powerful characters in general. And boy, there's no more powerful woman character than Janeway. B'Elanna is a close second. Yeah, Tasha was like the only really like strong woman on the show. They didn't really have. I mean, sometimes Beverly, but sometimes not. I think the actress, wanted Beverly to be a stronger character, but I think they tried feminizing her way too much, doing the whole love interest with Picard, and then the whole ghost candle thing that she was in love with that guy. That's a whole thing. Wow, is it kind of at a weird angle? I did move the camera, and it's kind of panned in a particular way right now, and I think that's making it do like the V kind of V shape like this, but it'll be okay for now. It's something to fix in the future. Get a better mount for a camera, and then a different camera. If I get it higher up and on some sort of like horizontal bar, that I can move it and slide it around and orient it better. I think that would probably eventually be better, but that's something for future Bear. You know, someday Future Bear has followers that exceed his expectations, and somehow he actually gets money from this. But until then, the money I have thrown into it is exactly the money that I'm throwing into it, and no more if I can help it. So we'll see. That's kind of rippled. Oh, you know why? It's already pulled up from the right side over here from the last thing I painted. So I'm probably going to have to tape this down to the pad to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And that's fine. I use the blue tape for that. I think they just had all male writers for the most part. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Am I kidding? It was very sad. But hey, you know what? It it got better as time has gone on with more modern shows. They have to be more open, like open. What's the word I'm looking for? Just better. I don't know. We'll just leave it at that. Let's throw some tape on here. Um, that didn't do what I wanted. Come on, right now. Yeah, I'm trying to turn the music down completely when I'm in live because I realize it is distracting and it's difficult for me to figure out what the balance is. I don't want it to be totally dead quiet, but I imagine if I'm in the middle of doing something idle that I can still talk easily without thinking too hard, I can leave the music off. And as soon as I start doing something more focused, where I need to be, that didn't tape the way I wanted, something where I can focus on the thing that I'm working on, uh, and it's going to take time, or I'm like drawing stuff, I can probably put some music back on. That didn't work at all. Let's try it again. And then it's just, oh, why is this not working? Go where I tell you to go. Hey, here we go. Excuse me. That's better. That's better. Yeah, I've been watching. I've been going through. I mean, for weeks now. I've been going through and doing a rewatch of Voyager, and I was watching some of it today. I'm in season 6 right now, near the end of it, so I'm almost done with my rewatch. Just watched the episodes where they got the Borg kids and are figuring out what to do with them. We just finished the episode where they found Ichep's parents and found out, well, the whole story that happened there. I won't spoil it. And yeah, there's some indigo on here from the last thing I painted. I don't care. I'm just going to leave it there and it'll just be a part of it. Down. Yeah. Voyager was already a really good show, and I feel like it just got better and better as the seasons went on. Favorite Borg besides Seven, of course, was Hugh. I know. Hugh was so cool, and they did him dirty in Picard, the Star Trek Picard show. Have you seen the newer shows at all? It's on Paramount. Paramount Plus. Yeah. Star Trek Picard is on Paramount Plus. I won't ruin it for you, but they brought back Hugh. Jason Del Arco? Something Del Arco? Something. I might have it right. I think I got the Del Arco right, but I don't fully remember his first name, the actor. But yeah, they brought him back for one of the seasons. I think the first one, maybe the second. It's been a minute. I don't remember. There's only like 3 seasons of Star Trek Picard. The last one, the most recent one, by far was the best. So good. Such a good season. Oh, so good. And doing the tape on the furthest edge is always so difficult. Okay, I think that's pretty well lined up. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, Discovery was really good. It's amazing to me how there can be a new Star Trek and people will flat out hate it. Discovery got a lot, and I mean a lot of hate. And I don't know why. People didn't like Prodigy, Star Trek Prodigy, the cartoon one, one of the cartoon ones, the for kids cartoon one. Yes, and the animated show Below Decks, Lower Decks, was absolutely stunning. It's so good. It's over. They canceled it too, but it went for a few seasons and it did an amazing job. One of the people from that, I'm forgetting her name, but the one that played Mariner, she is now writing for Star Trek, or is trying to write for Star Trek, and she's going to be, or they're working on getting a live action comedy Star Trek going. So that would be really fun. I would absolutely accept that. That would be really good. Um, and especially with her writing, she's an absolute lover of Star Trek, and I love that when writers are people who love the show and love the series, they're going to be very faithful to it, right? And they're going to be, if that ever gets off the ground. To be fair, I hated the first 3 episodes of Discovery, and then it got so good. Went from hating it to total fangirl. Yeah, it I've got a love hate relationship with some of Discovery. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who's absolutely obsessed with it and anyone who absolutely hates it. I don't hate it. I don't even dislike it. I love it. I love all Star Trek. Um, I the only problem I ever had with it is they didn't. I think they did Burnham wrong. They turned her from someone who's raised a human who's raised by Vulcans and started off acting Vulcan like, and she didn't keep it at all. She had it for like the first couple episodes of the first season of Discovery, and then they just acted like, no, you need to be more emotional, which is the complete opposite of what Vulcans are. But whatever. And they just ran with emotional Burnham for the rest of the show. And anytime that she's not forced to be super emotional about a thing going on in her life, she's great. And I don't mean she does emotion poorly, and I don't mean that they're not allowed to show emotion, but they want to push the crying thing so hard. And I don't know. I don't know why that in particular bugged me. And it didn't bug me in a I hate it. I don't want to watch these episodes. I'll watch them and love them. But it's just weird to me. Just strangely weird. I don't know why. It just there's something about it that felt off to me, and I could never truly like figure out what that was. I don't know. It felt forced. It felt like they were trying to push an agenda of crying, and that's just so weird to me. The rest of it was wonderful. I think they're going for an Amanda feel. Amanda like Spock's wife? I mean, not Spock, Sarek's wife. Like that? Like Sarek, like Spock was ever going to have a wife. That man, stoic as they come. Um, yeah, his human wife. Yeah. I think, yeah, yeah. But I mean, they made it out like in the first couple episodes, like Burnham embraced being raised by Vulcans and acted like a Vulcan. And somehow, suddenly, when she's thrust upon the Federation and decides to stay there and be with humans, it's like she erases everything about her that's Vulcan. The only thing she keeps is her science. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's always very funny, very peculiar how they decided to make her character and change her. It's fine. I love her as an actress, and I still love her like 90% of her character. Spock's sister, Burnham, the one who ends up being the captain of the Discovery. Yeah, yeah. The main central character of the show. She is the only character that they I feel did wrong on how they wanted her to portray her character after the first few episodes. Weirdly, the first few episodes, she was very firmly Vulcan esque. She she let her humanity slip, in the very beginning when she instigated that whole battle of the binary stars thing that started that whole Klingon Federation war for a little bit there. And somehow from that point to the end of that war, at the end of the season, they did a total 180 on her character and made her be like, I'm I'm rough, I'm gruff. I've been through hell because everybody hates me because I started that war and I didn't really start that war, but people think I did. So I'm a bad girl now. And they just changed her whole personality, and then that turned around again and she became more neutral, but they just I don't know, she really never had like a solid personality that she started with and maintained. It shifted so many different directions, so many different times. She ended up falling in love with that book guy, and he sticks around for a long time. And then I don't know. I'm not an authority on talking about this kind of stuff. I just watch the shows, and there's things I like and things I don't like. But the things I don't like are like less than 1%. I mean, and I don't want to be a critic. I just I wish I felt better about how it was handled. Maybe it's a me thing. I felt like she never fit in with the Vulcan. She did all of that to be accepted. I think she did a lot of things to be accepted, but she was a young child when she was brought to Vulcan. So most of her upbringing was a Vulcan upbringing through adulthood. You don't just turn that off. Just because you are human in your DNA doesn't mean that you lose everything that you learned, everything that you trained in, all of that just gone. She literally like took the restrained emotion switch and turned it off, cut it out of her body, and just was like, I am emotion girl now. And she just let it all fly. And I'm like, to be it's probably just my ideal of what a Star Trek captain would be, but every Star Trek captain has some kind of core strength that keeps them reserved, and you see like cracks of emotion come through. Like Janeway, when she's hurt, you see the crack of the downward turn of her mouth and the corners of her eyes go, but she doesn't like wide open ball in front of the camera in the ready room. So like, oh, poor me, I stranded my crew and blah blah blah. Like the most emotion she ever had about that was when they were in the void, I think they called it, and she like hid herself away in her quarters and didn't like show herself around the crew, and that's when she's like, I'm the reason for all this. I'm why we're stuck here in the middle of this. That's the most emotion she ever had openly, aside from like in the season I'm in, they did Fairhaven, the holodeck program, and she fell in love with one of the holograms. That's probably the most emotion she had there too. She can see. That's what I mean. She can pull off emotion in a way that doesn't make you be like, this has turned into a soap opera, and soap operas also are exhausting. And it felt like, I don't know, I'm overselling it. I'm overselling my opinion on the beginning of Burnham. She got way better in the later seasons. That improved greatly. Um, I think just in the beginning they didn't really know how to use her character appropriately, and it just got weird. The last season of Discovery, Chef's Kiss. As far as I'm concerned, they went out with a bang. Last season was spectacular. They did a fantastic job on the last season, and I'm absolutely in love with it. But every now and then there's some weirdness. I don't know. I found it hard to deal with sometimes. But I'm over it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't ever bad in any way. It's a minor little niggling little 1%, 5%. Sometimes there's like a over the top, I don't know, emotional outburst, and I'm just like, okay, rein it back in. Okay, can we do Star Trek again? Okay, great, we're back. And it's always just that tiny little. We're losing. We're trying to make Star Trek really emotional now, when it used to be more about the science and the story, and now it's like it has to be also a soap opera because that's what we do now. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. But yes, Kate Mulgrew, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful actress. What a great job she did. I almost wish I watched Orange is the New Black because she was on that, but I could never make myself care about that show to ever even want seeing any part of it. And I hate that because she was in it and apparently flawless in it. But it's just, I don't know. Truly, the only thing I know her from is Star Trek Voyager. I don't know her from anything else. I don't know anything else she's ever done. Um, and that's kind of a shame because I'm sure she's done a tremendous amount. I'm gonna do this next one. Let's see. Um, I can do a large one here. Yeah. Whoa, man! I really gotta figure out how to tighten this part of my mic stand, my mic arm. It every now and then, if I have it pointed straight up, it falls down. and it uses these tiny little hex head, not Allen, the actual, it would need like a socket or something. I need to find a way to tighten it down just a little bit, probably like a half turn, or probably all I would need, but I'll have to whip out tools for that. After stream, I'll go look for something. Oh, she was in Warehouse 13. You're right. She was what's his name's mom? I can't think of his name off the top of my head. The main guy, the second. Well, I mean, uh, there was Micah was the girl. Is that right? I love Warehouse 13, but it's been a minute since I've seen it, and I forget the people's names. Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah, it was the mother, and she was like on the board of people who managed the warehouse somehow. Yeah, I can't remember the name. It was a great show. Remember Artie? Remember Artie? Artie's easy. Yeah, what a great show that was. Oh, that's a show they should bring back. That was wonderful. Warehouse 13. Oh, please. Please bring it back. That's right. She was absolutely on that. Oh, yeah. Forgot all about that. Yeah, it's always that's another thing. It's always so weird when these shows decide, let me bring in a family member to this really weird, obscure thing that I'm a part of, only to find out they already knew and they were a part of it. Well, how in the hell did I get involved in it? And then I find out you've been involved all this time. Did you like put in a good word to get me hired? Is that why? I don't remember if they ever explained that or not. Maybe they did. Super good. I always loved what was her name? Is it CH Pounder? Right? Is that her name? The black lady who was like the emotional like like the caretaker of the warehouse at first. I think that was her. Um she was great. She played that role to a T. And the one that Alison Scagliotti, the blonde girl. I think she was blonde or redheaded or something. She was badass too. Right? What a great show. Such a great show. I love like the idea of things from our history or things that were iconic to a particular character or a particular person in history gets infused with energy or technology from their era or something, gets emotionally charged, whatever it is, and it makes it into an artifact that can do things. What an interesting idea. And they did such a great job on it. Such a great job. And I know they have to, but it's one of those shows that I wish they didn't have to have villains. That's the word I'm looking for. They did villains in that show after a little while, and it's one of the shows I wish never did it. Right? Oh yeah, it's very much like the librarians. Oh yeah, it's very much like the librarians. That was a good show too. I never actually saw. I saw the movies, but or the movie. And I never really saw much of the show. I think we watched like a couple episodes, and then somehow never went back to it. And then I think it got canceled or something. I never really got to bear witness to the TV show too much. Oh yeah, Bob Newhart was great in that in the movie. Our movies. I think there were a couple. Now, uh, let's do something wacky across here to get this corner involved and to cover that one up. Right. And I'll go back over all of this and try to tighten them down a little bit more. Right. There we go. And we loop back around to the red. Oh, good. Good shows. And there's good shows currently. I just, don't watch a tremendous amount of TV. We don't even have cable. Just whatever's on a streaming service that we like. One of the most recent ones we fell in love with was Severance. Have you heard of that? That was a good show. Can't do that. Oh, I caused a problem by having that there like that, didn't I? Yes, I did. How am I gonna fix that? Well, nobody said they had to be all perfect little polygons. Um, oh, you know what? I can probably do. I think I need to do a longer piece right there. Oh, ooh. Going through a rewatch of Stargate Atlantis right now. I did that not too long ago. I didn't watch all of it, but I started a couple seasons. Before that, I did Stargate Universe. That one was really good. I love sci-fi. I don't know if I mentioned that before. In addition to Star Trek, I like pretty much all sci-fi. Doesn't mean I've seen it all. The opposite of that. But yeah, all the Stargates, oh, they're all great. Stargate SG-1, the movie, then SG-1, like they were on TV live when I was watching them. I didn't have to watch repeats? Well, whatever they call it. I don't remember. Um, yeah, just all the Stargates are such great shows. Again, eventually they bring villains into it with the gold and the whoever else, replicators and all that side stuff. And the Wraith in the universe, or no, Stargate Atlantis galaxy. Um, how am I gonna fix that? Or do I just leave it? Maybe I just leave it. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Um, for you though, I think I'll. Well, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I can. Oh, that wasn't long enough. Well, we're gonna make it work. Um, oh, I didn't make that long enough at all. It could have been. It could have been long enough to go all the way across and connect and fix that problem, but it isn't. So, um, there it is. Um, yeah, tiny guy in the corner. Sure, we'll do that. And then Silo on Apple TV is really good. It's on our list. We haven't watched Silo yet. It's absolutely on our list though. There's a great show for Foundation, Isaac Asimov Foundation and Earth on Apple TV. Apple TV does really quality stuff. They really do. I mean, they've got the money to make it happen. Killjoys was in the show I enjoyed a lot. I don't think I ever watched that. Farscape I did watch. I don't remember much of it, but I watched it every now and then. Firefly, of course. Everybody knows that. Um, yeah, that Firefly was really good. I remember they did like a send-off movie finally years later, just to make people happy. And that go across there. Yes. And it go across here. Yes. And I cut it off so that it doesn't keep going. In a weird way, but yes. Okay. Serenity. That's the one. Yes. That one was quite good. The movie for Firefly. Yeah. Oh, I did that already. Let's do green again. I realize in the process I'm kind of doing like a pride taping scheme with it being all rainbow colored. It wasn't the intention, but it's the month for it, so I'll let it slide. It is who I am. Where? There you are. I think for this one, I'll just go straight down. Yep, it should be long enough. I'll just extend that one. Danger, Will Robinson! Danger, Will Robinson! Right, next up, let's go back to the light blue one. Do a great big guy across here. You know what? If you haven't seen Picard yet, the last season of Picard, great, great, great season of the show. They also in Picard brought Seven of Nine back. So if you've not seen Picard and you want to get some modern day Seven of Nine, that's where you need to go. Um, at the end of it, it leaves it open ended so that there could be a sequel in the future should they decide to pick it up. And she would be a major part of it. So that would be great if they get to do that. We'll find out. Man, it's so quiet without music. All the dead air is mine now. Oh, yeah, I realized you can't see all of this because I have it in the corner. There we go. Looks like I can just continue that one. There we go. I think we'll just call that taped. Right. All of you guys, thank you for your service. I'm going to put you back over here. All right. I'm going to turn up the music a tiny bit. Oh, you know what I can do is play music. Play this list. All right. Let me find something to work on getting the tape flattened down really well. And get some coffee really quick. Because this tape has a way of pulling up on its own, and that leaves gaps where the pigment gets under it. I wonder if I can fix my camera. Wrong way. Okay, that straightens it up if I move it that way, but then there's a huge gap here where I'm not covering. Oh, I'm just gonna let it slide. Okay. It's slightly off screen, but you can see it over there. I'm going to use the Kuretake set today because it gives more color options than my normal palette. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I'm doing wet on wet for all this today because it will bloom better. And I'm going to try to keep it light. All right. Before I do that, let me get some colors on my little palette here. Figured it was faster to pour some water in there and just darken it up from there. I also didn't spray this. Let that sit for a second and drink some coffee. While that's sitting. So here's our swatch of this set. So looking at the colors, I have a lot of options. I can always use any of them I want. But for the main colors, I may pick a few that I'm going to try to use in a couple places. I want a violet because I'm feeling violet today. So I'll probably pick one of these two or even both. Um, I need some browns as well. So I'm probably going to pick on both of these. Um, I like this blue, the sky blue color. So ultramarine. Oh, I like that yellow ochre, I think. I love this orange. That's cadmium orange. I'll probably be using some of that. So I think I'll grab a couple of these colors and mix some ahead of time in here that are going to be kind of a pale color. And if I need a strong hit ever, I'll just go right to the palette or right to the pan and get a little bit of it really strong and buttery and just dab on the painting in a couple spots to let it spread. But I don't want to overdo it. So yeah, let me pick on some of those guys. Okay, I think I have enough to get started. Pick on our top left corner up here, make sure the tape is down. And I think let's start with this pale blue. I'll leave that one be. On this sad little top corner over here. No. Okay, switch it up for a different band. Hey, Desert, welcome in. Loving the mood and the painting? Thank you. Sounds away. I wonder if you remember once upon a time in your wildest dreams. I'm sure the audio is out of sync with my singing. I shouldn't be singing at all. I will adjust that at some point so that if I am terribly singing, at least it'll be in beat with the music. As stars, the universe was ours. All I knew was you. I wonder dream. There's some colors I've not used yet. I've got yellows, I've got some greens, I've got some reds, I've got a lot of blues. I think I could probably stand another green. Let's hit it with this one. Our toothpaste green. Well, it's not really toothpastey. It looks that way on the palette. Dun, 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 my time. Oh, tell me again. Oh, baby. Oh, tell me again tonight. All it seems is back time. All dreams. Reaching the great rising sun. It's me again. Oh, tell me again. Oh, tell me again tonight. Rise again. To say, don't be this way. See, where you need so good on the road like we knew we would. The time is right. May not seem like my era, but I do love Moody Blues because my mom was really into it and she got me hooked on them a long time ago. At the same time, we have to find inside us now. Still the same. The sound we make together is the music to the story in your eyes. It's been shining down upon me now. I realize sometimes slow the time. To find out why into voices I hear, standing on the same. It's like reflections of my mind. It's just looking at me, smoking, feeling underground. See the beauty of it. Thank you, goddess. It's colorful, that's for sure. Remaining to say, beauty I've always been, things I was before. Times before. Yeah, Smitty Blues does make me kind of a hippie in a way. Say anymore. Somewhere, 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 somehow, somehow I'll return again to you. Since my life, me to the end. Somewhere, 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 somewhere you can hear my voice. Somewhere, 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 to somewhere. Goddess, you have a past. I love it. You saw the Moody Blues in concert at some point in the 80s. I had a backstage pass. Their backstage area was folding metal chairs, plastic ice tubs with canned beer. That sounds about right. And at some other point, you were backstage at a Kiss concert at the same venue. And the backstage area was the same room but looked so different. The chairs may have been folding, I don't know, because they had nice cloths with ribbons over them, nice tablecloths over the tables, and a massively awesome food buffet with shrimp cocktail tree. What? Who knew they had that much going on at backstage events? I had no idea. I thought it was just like here, shake the hand of the band as they go by and let them sign your chest and then get the hell out of the way, something like that. I'm sure there was probably that too. Eternal will not be denied. This definitely had some class, I bet. That's an era that's gone. I have a lot of puddles I need to sop up. There's somewhere. I can see where I went wrong here. I started with wet on wet, and then I did wet on dry, and I made weird outlines. Shine light tonight. Shine light tonight. Take that look on the side light tonight. Light tonight. Caesar, take my place on this track. This one, years. Running out of steam. Hey, and gentlemen. Seems to me it's more the way that you need it when you tell me what will be. And then look at you. That's right. You won't believe it's true. All the love you've been giving has all been meant for you. I'm looking for someone to change my life. Whoa. That is a sopping wet paper towel. My mind becomes confused between the dead and the saving and the road that I must choose. Looking for someone to keep my life. Rain it on the sun. Well, that's not the same band at all. Okay, I was kind of done with music right now anyway. So, if anyone out there is still awake and paying attention, uh, I have a decision to make with this, and it is this. I either stop, wash my hands of it, and say it's done the way it is, and just leave it being the color and the brightness that it is as it stands, and just peel everything off and call it done. Maybe line with black. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Or leave it. Probably leave it. The alternative is I come back to it Monday, leave it like this for now, come back in and go back in and do another pass or two, maybe with some just indigo passes to kind of darken them up and give them a little bit more of a spacey vibe without blotting out everything, and then put stars on them. So I can make them more nebula-like, or I can leave them just colorful as they are. I'm trying to decide which direction to go with it. Remembering I have a habit to overdo things, it might be best to just leave it the way it is and stop here and let them just all be brighter. I'm not sure. Um, Let me ask my other half. May I borrow you for a second? Let's take a look at this. Yeah, see, Desert said stained glass nebula windows. So my thought is to do one of two things. You might probably heard me. I don't know. Either leave it like this and peel it, or make them a little bit more of my traditional nebula-like and come back Monday and add maybe a light pass with indigo, just make it a little cloudy in a couple specific spots on each, and then a second pass darker to darken it up and have some like dark space areas, and then put stars on it. So I can either leave it as it is and just let it be this color with everything peeled and see how it comes out, let it be bright like that, or I can leave it for Monday and then make it more nebula-like. You think I can darken it on Monday? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, stained glass nebula windows or what feels. But what feels right. Yeah. See, yeah, I did say in the beginning I wanted to do something not dark, right? That's true. If I were to do it true nebula and put stars on, it would have to be very sparing the way it is because it's so light that putting white on it will just basically disappear. So it has to be very specific sections of stars and just very specific spots versus a broad coverage of the whole thing. Because everything would lose any of its uniqueness if I just do an even coverage or general coverage of speckled spots, right? So, should I do stars or no stars? If I leave it the way it is, small amount of stars, I'm thinking. Yeah, stars, yeah, I think so too. Keep it light, but add stars, and then call it quits. I like that. Okay, so let me add some, and I think we're gonna do. You know what? It's been a while since I've done it this way, and since I need fewer, slightly larger stars, instead of using the toothbrush, which just does like a mist and then just like a does a billion stars, I'm gonna do the small brush, tapping on the handle of a bigger brush, and just get some flicks of stars on there, and then dry it. I think that'll probably be good. Let me grab. I've got a dish that I usually do my white acrylic in. Let me go grab that and the acrylic paint. I'll be right back. That makes sense. I really do have a habit of overdoing it. So, all right. Since I'm not listening to music, I'm not gonna keep my headphones on. Let me get this shaken up. This is that, not the white watercolor, but the white acrylic ink. Never gonna focus on that. It never wants to do it. There we go. Nope. Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, we'll call it. Now it wants to focus. I should probably make this one be like fixed focus when I want to show something close to the camera and then go back. I think I might mess with that later. Okay. So I've got a little plastic dish. This is shaken, not stirred. Okay. All right. We fill the blotter up and put some in here. And I'm going to start with that because I don't think I need a lot. Okay. Let me grab some paper towels because I'm going to need some at the end to clean this a little bit. And this way, this gives us something to look at the end, completed and peeled off and everything. And we get that satisfaction of having the tape peel. Put this guy back. Let's get some water, a little tiny bit of water, and get a little bit of that. Start up here and try to be gentle because I don't want to get this everywhere. Okay. I'm gonna have to hit everything with a damp towel to clean all the spots off. This method has a way of getting everywhere. My only option is to like build a box around things when I'm getting ready to do this to protect everything. It's something to consider for the future. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. And this on. Let me clean the handle of this off. And let me get this a little tiny bit damp. Try to wipe down some of the things I got paint on while it's wet-ish. Some things are just gonna end up with paint on it because that's who I am. Everything's got spots. Yep. Okay. Dryer. Dryer time. Hi. Yeah. Turn the heat gun on and a comet jumped. Yeah, the stars finished this. It didn't really look nebula-like before. Stars did it. Assuming you can even hear me over this heat gun, the stars added. It made them nebulas. It wasn't really before. Everything's better with stars. Alright, let's peel the sucker and then end. Oh yeah, what direction can I start from? You. This tape is notorious for bleeding underneath the tape, so I'm almost certain I'm not going to have clean lines everywhere, but we'll see how it goes. There's one good one. Oh, another clean one. Another clean one. Alright, so far so good. Get this one up here. Camera connect. Got myself a nice little pile of tape over here. Wow, I'm shocked that that came off as clean as it did. Gosh, before I even got to the blue tape on the edge, what a colorful ball of tape this ended up being. If I had a place to put it, I would build myself a giant ball of all the tape that I peel off in the future and just make one giant colorful thing, but it would never last. But it's kind of pretty. You Let me tell you. Oh yeah, keep it down. And keeping it light was the ticket. It was making it look so bad. Yeah, the tape being peeled really helped it. And this I can't help. That was left over from the last painting, the indigo that spilled, but I'm fine with it. Wow, check that out. Oh, photos. Oh, that'd be smart. If it comes out really cute, take pictures of it. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. It's still in the trash, but it's the only thing in there. I can always grab it and take a picture of it. But yeah, that came out really nice. Let me see if I can get it off the block without, tearing it. There we go. Wow, check that out. I don't even think I can get it fully in frame without the water being in the way. Yoot, yoot. Yeah, check that out. That came out way better than I thought. A tiny enterprise somewhere? Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh, yeah, I'll try to find somewhere and I'll sneak one in. Um, Maybe like an original enterprise. Where will we sneak one in there? We can do that. We can practice one. Let me grab a scratch piece of paper. I'm thinking very basic, very 2D enterprise. So something kind of along the lines of something like really small and really simple, kind of like that. Versus like line art, but it looks like a tiny little enterprise. I'm sure I could do it better. Just a little tiny guy just going. Around here, people love to sneak in UFOs, and I still haven't placed one yet in anything I paint. Super guess? Yeah? Okay. Let me try a couple other versions on here, and once I find the method I like, I'll stick one in, I think, in this top one right here. Or in the green one. One of the two. I'm feeling one of these guys. If I do like a little deflector dish, that's the front of one. I think I'm liking the second one. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Sneak him in here. Just stop there. Maybe fix it so that it's a little longer on the back right there. Yeah, I like it. It's cute. It throws a little Star Trek in there, snuck in. Oh, and I suppose I can find it. What is today? 6/5. Why not? Cute. I'm very happy with that. Thank you, Desert. What a beautiful idea throwing a tiny little Enterprise on there. No, that's cute. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Well, all right. Well, I think I did my good deed for the day. I think I am going to finish and end there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I inspire it. Oh, stop it. Let's get some shout outs for you guys. Um, if so long as I've done it, I think I can do this. Yep. Desert, you were first on the list, so there you are. And Goddess, there you are. Anyone who's lurking, anyone who comes in and looks at the VOD later on, please check out Desert Dragon Lover. She's an amazing watercolorist. And please check out Goddess Whispers. She does watercoloring to the side, but she's mainly the ornamencer. She is amazing with crochet, so please check her out. She also does gaming streams in the middle of the week, so please check out everything that both of them do. Give them all the love in the world. I'm tired. I'm gonna head on out. I happen to have one big frame left, so I may even put this guy in a frame if I end up liking it enough. We'll see how that looks. And yeah, I'm going to stop yammering. Have a great night, guys. I will see you all Monday for something entirely new and different. I don't know what. If I can't come up with something, I do have a video game waiting in the back burner. If I ever have a day where I just can't figure out what to do, I've got Star Trek Vengeance. No, not Vengeance. Star Trek Resurgence. That's the name. It's a game that came out, I think, last year, and I played it for all of a hot few minutes and then never went back. It's time to. So at some point when I'm bored and want to play a game, that'll be it. I doubt it'll be Monday. We'll see. Again, yammering. I'm going to go relax and eat. Have a great night, guys. Bye.